Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? So I started thinking about something, right? And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about this whole thing with JT, with Carisha, with Cardi B, with Young Miami, all of it, girl, all of the things, right? Because I've been thinking about the whole little setup, and I think I need to let people know how I feel about this. So y'all remember, before anything, Nicki Minaj got on a live with Saucy Santana. When Nicki got on a live with Saucy Santana, she tried to play in Saucy Santana's face, right? She tried to play in his face by calling him the thing that Roland Ray calls him, which is Santana. And he was like, no, my name is not Santana, it's Santana, right? And she was like, Santana, like trying to, mess with the boy's name. And he like, no, that's not my name. Santana. This is what I want to do. And while they was on the phone, he was at like trying to go to a booking. And he was like, are they ready? Because Nicki don't pay my bills. And Nicki was like, I can pay your bills, Saucy. Don't be like that. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to do, like, humiliate Saucy Santana. And Saucy, he a gay boy, okay? He like, Nicki, you not finna humiliate me. Like, it's not going to work. I'm not the 1, 2, or the 3. And he stood his ground with Nicki. And I think that kind of soured it for her and him. Because I think in her mind, she's like, I'm going to play nice for now. But I think in her mind, she didn't like him after that. Because, he showed that I like, you're Nicki Minaj, but I'm not thirsty for you. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to make me look any type of way. I ain't no punk. I ain't dumb. None of that. And she was trying to play in his face. I think that kind of set the tone for Nicki. Like, okay, well, this is not, because Saucy is Young Miami's day one A1. So if you not showing me that type of energy, I know your girl not finna show me that energy, right? But she tried to try Young Miami one time. Remember the whole conversation about the saying, get into some things? Let's get into some things. Let's get into some things, right? I think that there was a time where Young Miami was saying that term, like, let's get into some things. And Nicki Minaj was saying that was her term. And she, like, kind of slightly took shots on Twitter and was like, oh, like she was gonna come at Young Miami. And Young Miami was like really, Nicki, what's the problem? Like, it was super quick. If you blink, you'll miss it, But Young Miami was like, girl, like, what's up? She was willing to like really go there real quick with Nicki. Like, B, don't play with me, But Nicki like made it like, oh, I was joking. But it revealed so much about Young Miami in that moment, because it showed like, oh, Young Miami not playing with Nicki Minaj. Like, that's not what it is, right? And I think that's why she took a shot at JT, because JT was the only one willing to let Nicki play in her face, Saucy wasn't trying to do that. Young Miami wasn't trying to let Nicki play in her face. It was real quick. It was about the whole get into some things. Let's get into some things. Nicki was feeling some type of like, that's my thing. And when she tried to, do that, like, hey, I'm going to call Diddy for Young Miami. And Young Miami really gave her, like, Young Miami did not know, it wasn't like she wasn't passing Nicki's vibe test, okay? She wasn't like, she was like, hold on, are you serious? Because if you serious, what's up? Like, B, don't play with me. And it was, and she wasn't like, but Nicki turned it around like, oh, I was joking, woo woo. But I think she peeped in that moment, like that Young Miami, oh, okay, Young Miami don't fuck, like she not messing with me like that. Like, it ain't that, Because she was like, Nicki, what really is the issue? Like, that's what it was given. Like, the whole energy and the whole vibe was kind of very weird, But it told Nicki one thing, that Young Miami ain't the one. So that's why I think she tried JT and got with JT, apart from Young Miami. Because she knows she can't rock with Saucy. And she can't rock with, Young Miami. Because Young Miami not going to let you play in her face. And Saucy's a fabulous gay man. Like, you're not going to play in my face either. You're not going to play with my name. You're not going to play with my brand. Nicki don't pay my bills. All of that, I'm not finna lapdog, what the gay boys say, boom cat for Nicki Minaj. You could get up out of here. And the only person that was willing to do that was JT. And the sad part is, Nicki and the City Girls would have been connected had it not been for JT. You know, JT was the one who came out the gate snapping and going off and, you know, like having something to say out the gate. You know what I'm saying? About Nicki Minaj. Remember that this song, Young Miami didn't say anything that was crazy. JT's the one who took shots at Nicki Minaj early on. So for her to need that cosign from Nicki, it's like very, very weird. Because for you to try to say Nicki can't ride no effing beat, it's like from the beginning you wasn't liking Nicki Minaj. So what's the thirst about you trying to be so down with Nicki from the beginning? You know what I'm saying? If you didn't like her, you dissed her without even knowing her. So that means you never really liked her from the beginning. And the thing is, Nicki's not stupid. You know what I'm saying? But what it showed is JT is real fake. Because I think that was like, okay, well, from the gate, you really don't. Because when they came out from the gate, they kind of were doomed. Because when they came out and Young Miami was trying to grind and trying to, you know, hold pregnant, trying to, you know, get it out here and really rock with her homegirl while her homegirl was locked up, the disses came out, you know, that, you know, Nicki Minaj heard that, you know, JT was dissing them and they, you know, got Twitter backlash, and Cardi really came out and stood by them like, no, the City Girls are still my girls, the City Girls, blah, 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 you know, stood by them. So, and I think she felt sorry for them because she's like, no, their career is not going to be over because of them making a mistake. And you know, one thing about Cardi, she's going to stand up for the voiceless, stand up for the people that, you know, don't nobody care about. She going to rock with you if the world doesn't like you. You know, that's just the type of person Cardi is. But JT was never like, JT was fake from the beginning. I believe JT was never a loyal person, a loyal friend. She wasn't a loyal, she's an opportunist. She's a very much so, is given very much so opportunist, you know. She's for who's for her. She's, you know, whoever. She felt super, super upset when Cardi B did the song with Megan Thee Stallion at first. But until they met Megan, got cool with Megan or whatever, right? But Carisha is a different type of person than JT. JT is a me type of friend, type of person. And she's an opportunist. Whoever she's around, she's loyal to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the energy she's always had. From the gate, when you were broke, you wasn't effing with Nicki Minaj. So why you get on and you so thirsty for a Nicki Minaj cosign? Because you were an opportunist. You were trying to use Nicki. You wasn't loyal. You wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You just was looking for a chance. And you got a chance. You know what I'm saying? Got the chance that you was looking for to make yourself look stupid when you're too thirsty. And it's crazy in the entire situation. Although Young Miami was your girl and cool with you and everything, she ended up in the situation not getting treated, or, you know what I'm saying? It was a blessing she didn't get that call from Nicki. It was a blessing that she wasn't on the, you know what I'm saying? God saved her from it.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, I was asleep. I literally was sleeping when I woke up. I see like trending and I'm seeing all these tweets, and when I caught up on it, like once I really got caught up on the tweets and I was like reading the context of the tweets, I'm like, they arguing about Super Freaky Girl remix. Bitch, I got left off of Bad Bougie. Bitch, the queen they call me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm getting caught up on the tweets, and I said they're arguing about the remix or whatever, and I'm like, the queen ain't calling me, and I know nothing about the remix. You know what I'm saying? Like when she dropped the single cover art, the official single cover art for the remix, and it was like Boston, Chicago, Miami. I'm thinking it's like Trina or somebody, bitch. I'm trying to play the game with the fans. Like, bitch, who it is from Miami? You know, the song was never mentioned to me. I was never called for the song. I was never given a heads up like, hey, you know, I got a song coming out with Nicki or nothing. I never knew nothing about it. Yeah. So when that situation came on Twitter, they was arguing about the song. It's like, why insert myself? You know what I'm saying? Like that situation had absolutely nothing to do with me, bitch. I got left off of Bad Bougie. I didn't even know nothing about the motherfucking song. So I just felt like, you know, that was between JT and Cardi.
Because every time it was not done innocently, you know. Nicki was doing it for a purpose. And if you would have been there, Young Miami, you would have, you know, gotten in that mess. You're damn. So it's good that you stood down. And the thing is, what people don't realize, Nicki tried Young Miami, tried Saucy Santana. Both of them wasn't going. And that's why Nicki didn't go for them. That's why Nicki didn't, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't really, because they weren't easily fooled. You're not finna have me on, you know, looking crazy and all of that. Every time Nicki kind of gave him that energy, they would check her real quick or give her, you know, a vibe that let her know, I'm not the one to play with. She was like, I'm not even finna know. But, you know, JT looked like she was willing to give up her dignity and self-worth for a feature, and she was that thirsty for it. Young Miami asked, not Young Miami, Saucy asked Nicki for a feature the first time they talked. Nicki, I want to know where I'm getting my feature. We gonna be real. Saucy was like, I'm gonna tell you what I want the first time I talk to you. I want a feature. What's up? You gonna give me it or not? And if you're not going to give me a feature, let me get up out your face. But JT tried to lapdog her way and gets into getting a feature.
Saucy Santana asked Nicki Minaj for a feature.
What you want to ask me?
What I'm gonna ask me? I don't even got one motherfucking question.
What?
When I'm getting my motherfucking picture. Hold on, turn it down. I can't. Is it turn on mute? Hello.
Oh, my phone ain't on mute.
This phone a damn froze.
First of all, I mean, you know, I don't know when I'm giving you a feature, sir. You know, I have to think about it and when it makes sense with the song and stuff. But why you had to go straight there? I thought me and you was really due.
You know, and just wasn't able to get it, you know? That's my take on that entire situation. You know, when you hear other people like, oh, there was an argument happening online or a disagreement happening online, and Young Miami did not support JT and did not have JT back, and all of this discourse about how JT, Young Miami thought she was all that because she was riding with Diddy. She did think she was all that because she was riding with Diddy. That's true. She thought she was all that, but she didn't treat JT like she was less than. She had JT on her show, basically telling JT, you could do it. You could go solo. You could do your music. You could, you know, especially you being a better rapper. Why would you not? You could put yourself out there. You could do what you got to do. Young Miami has never been a hater with JT. Never. Never. It never gave I'm with Diddy. So Young Miami, JT. No, she had JT with her and Diddy. Act Bad, it was her. You know what I'm saying? All of them was in the video. It was coming along with me and my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was given that. Point blank period. And by that logic, did JT think she was all that because she was rocking with Uzi? That's crazy. It never gave that. Yes, Diddy was bigger than Uzi, but, you know, yes, Diddy gave Young Miami a different type of life, a different type of access to money and fame, and that happened. Yes, all of that did happen. However, she wasn't trying to shit on or you know, minimize JT. She was telling JT, and JT was over here like, remember that interview, Is I American? Remember that interview? She was over here talking about she don't know, she wants to do that, she just want to do her job and go home.
You know, basically us, you know, talking about your unreleased talents and all that. What gives you like the attitude of you don't really care about, you know, a lot of stuff. You just feel like, you know, it's your job. You come to your job and go home. What just make you feel like that's just the attitude? Because I feel like there's so many things that you could do as far as, you know, you're a trendsetter. You know, you started wearing Rick Owens. A lot of people, myself included, we didn't know about this stuff, so we seen you in it. People picked up on it. You did the colorful rainbow nails. Everybody was on the internet uploading their nails, shit like that. So I feel like it's so much, so many things, brand deals, so many different opportunities that you can have as being your own individual person. So why do you just feel like I get my rest and I shut up, kind of like an attitude?
I mean, soft life. You know, I just don't really like to be bothered. I just like to relax, chill, enjoy life. I don't been through a lot. Like, I don't be feeling like the rah-rah all the time. Like, in a lot of, like, contracts come with obligations. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and then I just be feeling like, whatever. Like, I feel like I'm blessed. Like, I live a good life. But am I going to tap more into, like, that? Yes, I will. Like, when the time is right. And I like it.
She don't want to do anything extra. That's not Young Miami's fault. It's not Young Miami's fault. I'm out here getting deals. I'm doing, you know, Carisha Roulette. That I'm over here, you know, willing to take chances with my music and do this and do that. And you just want to work and go home. You want to be lazy. You don't want to put in the work. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? That's not on me. That's on you. And everybody blamed Young Miami because, like, she was supposed to just carry JT to all of these experiences. If you don't want it bad enough, can't nobody else want it for you. As good of a rapper JT is, she should have been doing freestyles. She should have been putting herself out there. She shouldn't have been waiting for Nicki Minaj to write her raps. She should have been over here doing what she got to do. But because she lacks work ethic and resilience, that's why she ended up how she ended up in. You know what I'm saying? And that's nobody's fault. Carisha tried to get Young Miami to do, try to get JT, to do the things that she was supposed to do. Do verses, do this and do that. But if you don't want to do it and you just want to be up under Uzi all day, that's nobody's fault but yours.